Pepper says, are you ready to do some decluttering in this kitchen? I know I am. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to A Hoarder's Heart. For today, we're going to be in this kitchen clearing off this countertop and updating it because it always attracts clutter. Why? Because it's an undefined surface. So when you have an undefined surface, it attracts clutter and chaos and crap because it's just a drop off. So let's clear it out because it's Thanksgiving morning. So I have to have this cleared off so that I can have all the food here. And also maybe start to transition it and give it an actual definition of what this surface is supposed to function as in the kitchen. I also want to give a very special thank you to Caitlin McDougall 9826. Thank you so much for your super thanks donation. It truly means the world to me because it means you believe in my passion to humanize hoarding disorder and help people all over the world clean and declutter their house. So Caitlin McDougall, this video is dedicated to you. Okay, so as we're clearing this off and getting it ready for Thanksgiving, I really want to talk a little more deeply about undefined surfaces. And if we don't define them, this is why they attract clutter naturally. And also defining what I want this surface to look like. Because for the longest time, and maybe a Christmas present to myself, I always wanted a little coffee tea bar. And the crazy thing is that I already have this stuff for it. I guess I was just hesitant within myself I didn't think I could make it pretty enough, or I didn't think I was organized enough to do it. And that's all that negative self-talk that kind of like creeps in. But the truth is that I can do this. And even if I get it started, it's still progress forward. It doesn't have to be perfect. I don't have to be stuck in, I can't show everyone until it's perfect. So let's start by decluttering this clutter chaos pile that accumulated over the past couple of months. And of course, it's going to be piles out of control because it's an undefined surface. You know, those empty counters, tables, dressers, corners, or ledges that become magnets for clutter. And I'm going to walk you through why that happens, how our brains interpret those empty, undefined spaces, and how simply defining a surface, like turning this space into a coffee bar, can stop the random clutter pile from building. When a surface doesn't have a clear job or purpose, my hoarding brain sees it as temporary storage. Just set it down for now, or my favorite is I'll deal with it later. And later never comes. Undefined spaces create decision fatigue because every time I walk by them, we subconsciously ask ourselves, what should go here? Is this a storage space, a decor zone, a catch-all? And this space clearly is a kitchen catch-all. And the brain, especially an ADHD one, hates unanswered questions. So it answered it for us by turning this space into the easiest, least overwhelming option, like a drop zone, a dumping ground, a pile starter. And once the first thing lands, well, it invites friends. Clutter always attracts more clutter. The first item gives permission for the second and the third, and suddenly that surface becomes a chaos zone for the whole room. And then what happens? Oh, we feel guilty because I'm totally feeling guilty again, showing you that, yep, this countertop became cluttered again, even though there's a lot of Thanksgiving stuff on the table that we will be making. Oh man, the guilt just returns because I just ask myself, like, why can't I keep this clean? Or why does this area always get messy? And sometimes the negative self-talk comes in of what's wrong with me? But there's nothing wrong with me. There's nothing wrong with you. Your brain simply didn't know what that surface job was. And when a space has no job, our hoarder or ADHD brain gives it a job it understands best, holding on to everything. This is why these spots feel so heavy, because they are emotionally undefined too. They hold stress, they hold procrastination, they hold decisions we haven't made yet. This countertop was always a clutter magnet because no matter how many times I cleared it, it refilled. It got to the point where the clutter wasn't even intentional. It was automatic. My family saw it as a put stuff here zone because I had unintentionally taught the house that the surface had no purpose. So that's why we're going to give this surface a purpose. Now, because it is Thanksgiving morning, the purpose of it needs to be a place where we put all the food at. So that's why we are really wiping this down, cleaning it off since it's going to have food on it. So just for today, this space is going to act like a Thanksgiving buffet as we started cooking, getting everything done, getting everything ready. And right under here is my mac and cheese that my boys love, and they already started picking at it, which obviously makes me so happy, to be honest. And here is the spread. We were a smaller group for Thanksgiving, but I'm still thankful for the group we had. So here's a lot of the sides and stuff. And of course, we're ready to enjoy our Thanksgiving dinner together. But now Thanksgiving is done, and I packed away all the Thanksgiving stuff, cleaned everything up, and hubby can take it away. I also pulled up the Christmas bin and also the fall bin because we have fall decor up on the shelves and we're going to switch that out too. And as we're doing that, I'm going to ask if you guys have a surface that's constantly chaotic because it's an undefined surface in your home. And if you want to change that, I'm going to ask you to try this simple process, which is basically step 1. Ask what naturally ends up here every day and be honest with the answer, not the idealized one that you imagine, the honest answer, because we want to flow with your subconscious habits that already exist on a daily basis. Step 2 is to ask, what job can this surface provide for us to support our daily life? Like, could it be a mail station, a snack zone, a charging spot, a coffee bar, a decor zone, like this surface has our family photos, or like the shelves we're decorating in the kitchen. Those are seasonal decor shelves. It has an actual job. So define the job that the surface will provide for you, even if it's a drop zone with boundaries. Now, step 3 will be create the physical definition. So in our instance, the coffee bar, it's going to have the coffee maker. It's going to have probably a tray. It's probably going to have a runner and some visual pieces that I need for either decor or to make the coffee bar function. The point is that all the coffee bar items act like visual fences. It makes it obvious what belongs there. When a space is clear in its purpose, clutter stops showing up as much. So the next time a surface in your home keeps getting messy, don't beat yourself up. You're not failing. You're not lazy. You're not messy. The space is just undefined. And once you give it a purpose, like we're doing right now by creating a new coffee bar, the clutter chaos loses its power. Now, I have had this Keurig and this coffee tray for at least 2 years. I have been wanting to make that area a coffee bar forever. And I kind of got in my own way. I told myself that, well, I'm not ready. I don't know how to decorate it. It needs to be perfect before I can start. And we all know that that's not true. It doesn't have to be perfect. I know social media shows us otherwise, but it's best to just get it going, get it started. I can always make tweaks once it's all put together. Speaking of putting it together, I really hope everything is here and all the pieces work because I can't return it if it doesn't fit in the space or if I'm missing something. Like, that's kind of the downside of waiting probably over 2 years before you put it together. But I digress. It works great. Same with the coffee maker. It's like I'm opening up a Christmas present from like 2022. And it is really pretty. Now, fingers crossed that it works. And thank the good Lord, it does. She works great. So let's get back to this little organizer because what's going to be in here is the K-cups, right? I'm pretty much the only person who drinks coffee in this house, but it is really nice to be able to offer people tea or coffee when they're here. I've always wanted to be able to do that. So both of those items are going to fit. But for the tea bags, I kind of need little sub organizers. And guess what's in the basement? These are perfect to put the tea bags in. I just love shopping my hoarded stash. Now, let's start stacking the pods. I'm just going to have like the 2 rows of pods right here. I think that will be good and also aesthetically pleasing. Next, I'm going to go ahead and put the sugar packets into this container that I've always had. Now, I use stevia. That's what I use for the past, I don't know, probably like 10 years. I wouldn't be surprised. But I've always used stevia packets. And now the containers, which are the perfect size. I'm going to put my Immune Zoom in there because I do love that tea, especially in the wintertime. It really helps boost my immune system. It really works for me. And then the next container is going to have the green tea and chamomile tea. That way it's all out. And I must say, this is great. It's really all coming together. I especially love when it comes all together using things I already had and not going out and purchasing new ones because now we did it. The little coffee bar area. Is it a Pinterest perfect picture? No, but it's functional. It's cute. I used what I had. I added the Christmas runner. These are some of the Christmas like pieces that you have already seen in the basement. And I love it. It's cute. It's functional. It looks so good. And I also love how my decorations came out on the shelves. It's just so beautiful and it just makes me so happy. And I'm just overall just so satisfied that we just went for it and created the coffee bar. And my hope and my prayer is that this video motivated and encouraged you to clean, declutter, and let something go in your home today too.